Trouble in paradise with the Jake Paul Gervonta Tank Davis fight.
The hatred.
Musty energy.
Today, the Georgia Athletic Commission basically said that fight of Jake Paul, Gervonta Tank Davis is not happening. That's right. They said it's not going down. I have the full report reported by USA Today that I will read off for you guys in a second, but it's looking like that Georgia is not trying to have a Jake Paul versus Gervonta Tank Davis fight, mainly because of the weight discrepancy. They are saying that it is too much weight for Jake Paul at 199 pounds to be fighting somebody like Gervonta Tank Davis, who last fought at 133 pounds. And we just have to think that it's musty at the highest level. And it's musty because nobody asked for this fight. Nobody on God's green earth asked for a Tank versus Jake Paul fight. The man Tank Davis has a lot of smoke that he should deal with down there in his weight division. By one, Rockstar Shakur Stevenson. He should deal with that smoke. You even have Edwin De Los Santos down there. Respectfully, you even have Kid, Floyd, Schofield, Austin down there ready to go ahead and run a squabble. You have a lot of smoke down there, and let's not even mention what you got at 140. Because 140, you got a whole boatload of smoke up there. You got Sabril Matias, you got Teofimo Lopez. You have smoke up there as well, Mr. Gervonta Tank Davis. And by you having a nasty circus fight when most likely you're not even in your prime yet, or I don't know if the Tank fans would say that the man's in his prime. I don't know. I say that respectfully. It's disgusting. It's a slap in the face of the sport. We just had a monumental history-making fight down there in Las Vegas in a stadium by somebody not the name of Gervonta Tank Davis. Terrence Bud Crawford went ahead and whooped Saul Canelo Alvarez pillar to post to pillar, and he did it in incredible and magical fashion. Now, Tank, I don't know if you didn't see that fight. I don't know if you were just hating. I don't know what's going on. But you not getting inspired by that, saying, look, man, I want to be able to fight the best available in a stadium, which would be Rockstar Shakur Stevenson. And we already know you guys that keep StubHub in your pocket and you keep ticket grades in your pockets and stuff like that. You want to say Tank and Shakur, not a stadium fight. You just scared for Tank, bro. Respectfully, you just scared for Tank, and you don't want Tank to go ahead and take that smoke at all. We already know this. But I find it absolutely disgusting that Gervonta Tank Davis may be entering his prime, or you may say that he's in his prime, is willing to go ahead and fight Jake Paul. Now, Jake Paul, you on the other hand, you are an amazing promoter. You are one of the greatest promoters of all time. You have taken women boxing to the next stratosphere, to the next level. But let's keep it real, my God. You as a boxer right now has not been the Chile Achilles. It's been pure musty energy, and I say that respectfully. No hate towards you. I would like for you to fight the 20th ranked cruiserweight in the world. How about that? How come maybe you should fight a Moses Atama at heavyweight? You fought Mike Tyson at heavyweight. Maybe go ahead and fight Moses Atama at heavyweight and maybe take that fight into Wembley Stadium. It will do numbers. You were planning on fighting Anthony AJ Joshua anyway. Why don't you go ahead and fight the next hungry young lion? I say that respectfully. There's a lot of fights out there for you too, Jake Paul. After we get a big fight like Terrence Bud Crawford and Saul Canelo Alvarez on the highest level on Netflix, circus boxing just seems like ill. It seems like nasty. It seems disgusting. It's not even something that we want to go ahead and talk about, something that we don't even want to go ahead and pay attention to. If you want to keep it real, you want to keep it 100, I say that respectfully. But let's go ahead and get into what the USA Today had to say. Let's break that down. Let's go. This is an article by Josh Peter from USA Today in regards to Jake Paul versus Gervonta Tank Davis. The status of the proposed fight between Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis is under scrutiny because of the weight discrepancy between the two fighters. It's in limbo. Rick Thompson, the chairman of the Georgia Athletic and Entertainment Commission, told USA Today on Tuesday, September 16th, the promoter had withdrawn their request for event permits and rule waivers required to hold the event in Georgia. The promoter was Most Valuable Promotions, co-founded by Jake Paul and his business partner, Nikisha. I quote, "I believe it's in the public's interest to know that because they've been promoting something they should not have been," Thompson said when reached by USA Today Sports. A new agenda for the Georgia Athletic Commission meeting set for Thursday, September 18th shows MVP's request has been removed. Robert A. Sanders, communications director for the Office of Secretary of State, told USA Today Sports Wednesday, September 17th, the event will not be happening. But on Wednesday, tickets were still available for purchase online, and the fight still was listed on the State Farm Arena event calendar to be held November 14th. MVP announced the fight, which is supposed to be carried by Netflix, on August 20th. The website for StubHub, a leading online ticket reseller, indicated tickets for the boxing match were selling fast. MVP did not respond to two questions about the fight USA Today Sports submitted by email and text message. A press conference was scheduled for Thursday, September 18th at State Farm Arena to promote the fight, and MVP did not respond to an email sent by USA Today Sports asking if the press conference still would be held. MVP recently rescheduled a press conference in New York to September 22nd that was originally set for September 17th. In hopes of holding the fight in Georgia, MVP had requested a rule waiver. They would have addressed the weight discrepancy between Paul and Davis. Paul weighed in at 199.5 pounds for his last fight, and Gervonta Tank Davis weighed in at 133 pounds for his last fight. The Georgia Athletic Commission is scheduled to meet Thursday and was expected to vote on MVP's request. MVP needed the votes of 3 of the 5 commissioners for approval and the chairman. One of the 5 commissioners adamantly opposed the rule waiver that would have modified restrictions on the allowed weight difference between the fighters. And I quote, "They probably evaluated a situation, knew that their weight differences were too much," Thompson said. Thompson said he was notified of MVP's decision by the Georgia Athletic Commission Executive Director Mark Woodruff. In an interview with US Today, September 8th, Thompson blasted the fight, calling it the dumbest bleep I've ever heard. He also said he didn't think Paul was a competitive fighter. But on Tuesday, Thompson said he hoped MVP would reconsider holding the proposed undercard for the Paul Davis bout in Atlanta. "We would love for the undercard to still fight in the state of Georgia," he said. "We believe the undercard is something people would like to see." Lord child. On September 2nd, USA Today Sports reported the proposed fight between Paul and Davis had hit an apparent snag. Lord child. In closing, this fight is musty at the highest level. Will I watch it? Absolutely. I'm not one of you guys over there saying if you don't like something, why don't you watch it? I'm going to watch it because I'm going to go ahead and create content around it. I'm going to keep it 100 a band for you. But do I want this fight? No. Did anybody ask for this fight? No. Should Jake Paul be fighting in the cruiserweight division? Yes. Should Gervonta Tank Davis be fighting at 140 or 135? Yes. So this fight is absolutely disgusting and musty at the highest level, but we're going to see what it is. Make sure y'all hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Now you're rocking with Two-Tone Superstar and the Hatrix.
The Hatrix.